Okay, I think we are live. Yep, it says live. All right, so this Hangout is intended to give the vendors for Tabletop Library some instruction on how to go in and configure your account and configure your products on the new website. The new website is done in a WordPress platform. The reason that we went to the new website was because basically the one that we had picked originally just didn't have the functionality that we needed. And we want to make sure that we have as much marketing tools at our disposal and just all the right tools in the toolbox for you guys. So we ended up going to a WordPress platform which function for vendors, and so you guys can manage your own products. It's a much better system than the alternative because you can be in control of your products and it won't need to be delayed by coming through me and stuff. So looks like we have a couple of viewers already, and let me have a look at some of our comments. My music while working. Your question is there a Google Plus Hangout link? The link that I've provided you guys for this video is what I have. So basically it's hosted right here on YouTube. So you can share that with anybody who is asking. Let's see. Oops. So just check that out. Okay, while we're live, you can post those questions to the right-hand side of the screen, and I should be able to see those and answer those questions. Let me go ahead and do a screen share, and this way you can see what I'm doing in real time, and this has worked out really well in the past. So you should be seeing my screen on the new Tabletop Library website. It is still not totally populated with the content. As you can see, we've got some titles that don't have their graphics yet. We also have titles that don't have like short descriptions and things like that. That's what you guys as the vendors will be going in and doing. So here's the main page, and we've got the main navigation, and we've got the different sections. This section here, rotate different products. Right now it's got 6 random products in there. We've got featured products. We've got some accessories right here, and the navigation is pretty simple on all of these. We try to make this site as simple as possible and yet have as much content as possible at the same time. We've also got our top rated products, and then down at the bottom I see you guys have started adding tags and stuff to your products, so good. And there'll be reviews and that kind of thing on here. So the first part that we're going to talk about is your account. Now, you should have received an email as a vendor, which our records indicate that those email addresses we sent that email to with instructions was the email that you wanted to use to log in. So you're going to use that email when you log in, and you're going to use the password that I included in that email. We're going to go to the My Account button, and we're going to enter in the email address. I'm going to go into Necromancer Games because I've got permission from Bill to do that. Let me answer these questions real quick. Trying to add image of game cover to square box, but managing to place the image everywhere but. So Feral Games, I'll give you instruction in a couple minutes on the best way to do that. And then James says the previous site had a batch upload for products. Is there something similar on the new site? There is something similar. I have to grant permission for you guys to use it. Just let me know send me like a personal message and stuff, and we'll get you hooked up with that. So here we are back on my account. I have the Necromancer Games at yahoo.com put in there. I've got the password put in there. Click on login, and it'll take me to my account. From here, I can sign out. I can edit the details about my account. I can go to the vendor dashboard. I can change my billing address. So pretty stuff for right now. We'll be adding more functionality as we go through here. First thing I'm going to do is show you guys the edit password and account details. So here are the account details. It's Bill Webb's account. Here's his email address. The password is what it is currently. If you wanted to change your password, you would type it in here, new password, and then retype it again to confirm new password. And there's going to be various restrictions on how strong you can make your password and stuff. So just follow those instructions if it gives you any error codes. Then when you hit save changes, if for some reason after you change your password, you go back to my account and this button is not here, the vendor dashboard is not here, simply log out and log back in, and it should reappear. We've had this issue come up a couple of times. Basically what's happening is the account is attached, so your account is attached to your vendor through your through your email address, and when you change your password on your account, sometimes it cannot refresh the fact that you're a vendor. You'll have to log in, log out, log back in, and then it'll know you're a vendor. So after you've done all these steps, which is basically go to my account, edit your password. If you want to change your password, it's up to you. Enter in your new password, confirm your password, save changes, and then, like I said, log out, log back in, and you come to the My Account page. You can access all of your products through the vendor dashboard, and that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to click on the vendor dashboard button. It's going to take us to our vendor dashboard, and this is going to look different than the main website because it's what's called the back end. And on the back end, there's a whole lot more functionality to what you got going on. And this is where you're going to get reports. This is how you're going to manage all your products. So right now we can see my sales summary. You know, there's nothing going on yet because we haven't really officially launched the site yet. If you navigate around here, you'll be able to see your orders and your reports. You'll also be able to look in your media library. So the media library is where all of the products and graphics go. So if you're selling PDFs, you're going to upload them here. We've already done this for you guys. We've transferred all of the files over from the previous website to the new website, and we've tried to make sure this is as easy as possible for you guys. If you wanted to add new stuff to your media library, just click on the Add New button here and then select files from your computer and upload them. You can also search around in here if you need to search. It's pretty straightforward. Then after media library, we have our products. So Necromancer Games, I was doing Frog God Games earlier. Necromancer Games has 74 items in here, and we can see there's 4 pages of those items right now. I'm just looking at some of the top items showing up here. If I navigate around on page 2, I can see that there's 5th edition foes and Quest of Doom, and so I've already edited some of these. So you can see like the SKUs are correct, whereas some of them, the SKUs are just kind of a bunch of numbers and letters and stuff. So I'll show you how to edit all that kind of stuff. Let's go in and edit Quest of Doom 1. This is a great book. Might as well edit this one. So in order to edit, you're just going to hover over, and you're going to get all these different options here. So edit, quick edit, view, and Themify Builder. You're not going to ever use the Themify Builder, so don't worry about that. You can view the product, you can quick edit the product, or you can edit the product, which will be a lot more details than your quick edit. So we're going to do that. So we're going to hover over Quest of Doom 1, Volume 1, and we're going to click Edit. When we click Edit, it's going to open up this window. And in this window, we're going to see we're going to see the long description, we're going to see the title, we're going to see the permalink. Over here on the right, we're going to see product categories. So there's a lot of information here, and I want to make sure you guys aren't overwhelmed by how much information you're presented with. At this point in time, there's a few things you can do. A little bit of house cleaning for you guys so that you can minimize your workspace is to go over here to the top right and click on Screen Options. When you click on Screen Options, you're going to have the ability to turn on or off a lot of different what's called boxes. And you can turn off the Themify custom panel. You just click on it and it'll uncheck it. You can turn off the slug. You can turn off vendors. You can turn off product gallery. But you do want product data, so keep that checked. You do want product short descriptions, so keep that checked. You want product categories, product tags, and product image. Once you're done checking or unchecking whatever you want here, you're going to go ahead and click on Screen Options again, and it'll close that window. And now we've got only what we really want to see here. And the first thing I'm going to do is remove this information right here. So I don't need, well, let's see, I'm going to add back PDF. I want to indicate that it's a PDF, but I don't need to indicate that it's for 5e because that can be sorted out through the product categories. So Questadium 1, Volume 1, PDF. And then I'm going to look at the description and I'm going to find any little aliases and stuff that just aren't working for me. Let's see here. There's various little, I'm not sure what you would call them, just little things that came over when we did the conversion that you may need to remove. So I'm just going through that real quick and removing a few of these. I'm not going to take everyone else's time doing this, but I'll have to come back later and change some of them. But basically, make sure that your product description is looking good. And then for your short description, which this is going to be important to get your search engine optimization up and also give people a preview of what it is that they're looking at, it's going to be important to include some text in here. So I'm actually going to bring some of the text from the long description over here, and I think that these two lines work pretty well for this. So I'm going to remove that from the long description and just put that in the short description. So 12 adventures for 5th edition rules, 1st edition feel, so on and so forth. Then I'm going to edit that one a little bit to bring it up. And so now I've got a long description and I've got a short description. James asks on the video, uploaded media and have been unable to delete the items. Can you cover that? Sure, I'll handle that as soon as I get into the media library over here. So I have a title. I've specified that this is going to be a PDF. That way people understand right off the bat that it is a digital product. You can also include that in the short description if you want. So PDF on that. You can then, and this would be the best place actually to include that sort of information. So PDF format, 5th edition rules. So I mean, you've done all that. You've got the title, you've got the long description, the short description. You're going to go over to the categories, and you can check everything that applies to this product. Up toward the top, we have eligible promotions, and this is important for you guys who want your products to be in the rotation for particular promotional deals like customer appreciation, sales, daily deal sales, and weekend sales. That's what we have so far. We may add additional, so we'll let you know if that's going to be something that we add and when we add it, so you can opt into those or not. It's up to you. We don't want you guys to say, well, why was my product on sale for 50% off? Well, we want you to opt into it. And James asks, can we, where can we suggest additional product categories? James, you can suggest that directly to me. via our email or hit me up on Facebook or email me directly if there's something missing. So let's see, and Feral Games says a vendor coming soon section would be cool to highlight upcoming games, etc. That would be cool. I agree that that would be a cool thing. Maybe talk to us about promotion like on the homepage and stuff. So back to the product categories. Eligible promotions, I'm going to select all 3 of these because we definitely want to be involved in any promotions. Some of you may or may not know, I am a marketing consultant, and I highly recommend that you be involved in some sort of promotion. That way your exposure is increased and a lot of people can get introduced to your products for a special, and they like your products and they keep on buying them if in fact they like them. So after product categories, let's see, the genre, these are in the fantasy genre. So just select everything that applies to this product. This is going to be a role-playing game, adventures. It's going to be for the game system, Dungeons and Dragons, 5th edition. And then it's not a player resource or anything like that. So that's good. Product categories, I've selected everything that applies. Product tags, in here you could include things like the author names and things like that. However, they are already covered sometimes in your long description. So tags, I actually recommend that tags be used primarily for maybe a series. Let's say that you have a series of books, like for example, Nord Games has the Game Master Toolbox, so you could have that in there for Game Master Toolbox. In this case, Quests of Doom is its own series, so that could be a tag. I'm going to leave it blank for right now because it's just something that is covered already in the title and already in the product description. So, but if something is not, if you find a category that is not there, like you need that category to be there, don't put it in the tags. So let's say that there's a genre that we haven't thought about. Let us know and we'll add it to the system. That way it can be in the categories and not the tags. Just don't put it in the tags. So there's most of the stuff already handled. Now we go down to product image. To do the product image, we click on Set Product Image, and it presents me with upload files. Well, it usually assumes that you want to upload the file. It doesn't always go to your media library first. So I don't need to select the file from my computer. I can actually go to my media library because I already uploaded this file earlier. And this was Quests of Doom Volume 1. So I've selected it, and the blue button down at the bottom right says Set Product Image. So I can go ahead and click Set Product Image. And we recommend that you, if you're going to be editing these files before you upload them, they're in a similar aspect ratio to your covers. And that usually turns out to be something like 300 pixels tall by 250 pixels wide, that sort of ratio. So if you just take your 8.5 by 11 and you shrink it down, just don't go much smaller than about 300 pixels tall and you'll be fine. And it should show up good. So the product image is now set. I've got that. And then the last part of it is the product data itself. Most of you guys won't need to worry about inventory, linked products, attributes, variations, anything like that. Most of the time, your product will be a simple product. And the simple product, if it is a downloadable and virtual product, you want both of these to be checked. So in this case, it is a PDF. So it is a downloadable product, and it is not a physical product, so it's virtual. The SKU, this is a bunch of gobbledygook, so I want a much better SKU. So I'm going to do Quests of Doom 1, volume 1, and 5e PDF. So it's pretty descriptive. If you just look at that SKU, it's up to you guys how you want to manage your inventory. I know that the folks over at Necromancer Games like their SKUs to be set up in this kind of a format so that they're very easy and simple to read, instead of seeing something that said NC0001. That would be, you'd have to know what that meant in order to make use of these SKUs. So we prefer to actually spell them as much as we can. Then product URL, leave this blank, don't use this. All your products should be coming directly from the server, so you won't be using external URL. Leave the, Verhel says, I'm having real buffering issues. Hopefully everyone else is fine. And James says, will the search engine be optimized to work well with filters? Yeah, so the whole site is, you'll see when I go to the filter interface that it's going to be really granular as far as how specific you can get. So let's see, back to the page here, the button text, leave that the way it is. You can have a regular price as well as a sale price. So let's say we put this on sale for $16.99. We can also schedule this to start on a particular day and end on a particular day. So it's totally up to you guys. You can manage your sales, you even your sales by product, and then email people like your own customer list and let them know that this product is on sale for a limited time, and make your own little micro sales if you want to, your own marketing campaigns essentially. So I'm going to set that to regular price $19.99 and sale price of $16.99. You guys can price these things wherever you want. They're your products. And I'm going to give it these dates. You don't have to. You could basically, if you didn't schedule it, it would just have this indefinitely on sale for $16.99. So then we're going to go down to the files. Now this is where you connect which files actually being used for this product. And let's see here, Quest of Doom. So this is showing me all of the files that I have uploaded into my account. Let's see here. And let's see, it looks like I actually uploaded that one yet. Okay. Well, I'm not going to make you guys sit through me uploading it, but I will connect it right now just to Quest of Doom Volume 2, just to show you guys how it works. So I'll come back later and fix this. But I've selected a file, and then I use the bottom right-hand corner button that says Insert File URL. And now that file URL is inserted into this product. And when someone purchases the product, it will allow them to download this file. James over here in the comments says, I've tried searching for Viking to find my products, but everything that shows up does not appear to match my search. James, we'll get all that sorted out. Back to the product page. Lastly, download limit. You can leave this alone. Download expiry, leave this alone. Download type, standard product, leave it at standard product. And commission. This is this is controlled by us in the administration. Normally this would be 75%. It may be different based on if it's a physical product or a digital product. Right now it's set at 85% for the month of May, so that you guys basically are compensating for your time having to set this stuff up again. So now that we've got all this set up, we can go ahead and click on Update. And when we click on Update, it's going to save all of these settings on this product. Now if we go and we want to actually see what this product looks like on the website, on the upper left-hand corner of the screen is the View Products button. And if we click on that, it's going to take us to the actual product page. And there we go. So you can see what things are going to look like. And right now this little sale sign is on here. We've got the regular price crossed out and the sale price written in there. Got the description in here, but there's a little bit too much room, I think, between these lines. So I think I'm going to go back and edit those and remove that. Let's see. Answering some questions over here on the video. Did I miss the bit about adding the image to the box? It's been buffering. I'll go over that again, Farrell, 1 second. So this is what the customer is actually going to see when they're looking at your product. Down here, they're going to see the long description, and then they're going to be presented with related products. And related products have to do with products in a similar category. When reviews start happening, you'll have another box next to description that will be reviews. So now that we've seen the product and we know what it looks like, we can go back into our account, and I'll give another demonstration on product. This time I'm going to do one where I'm going to upload the resources for that product. So we're going to go into the vendor dashboard, and then we're going to go to products. And there's a bunch of these little products that need to be configured. So Dread Dragon Temple PDF for 5th edition. Let me go ahead and edit this. And let's take a look at what we've got here. So this adventure is part of the Quest of Doom series. And I'm going to use this little snippet as the short description. So I'll put this in there. And then I'm going to remove that from the title and include that here, PDF format. Rules. And it's up to you guys how you want to write this kind of stuff in. I'm just going to do it this way for the time being. And over here in categories, I'm going to indicate that I want to be part of the appropriation sale, the deals, the weekend sale, and the genre is fantasy, the role-playing adventures dungeon, and 5th edition. And okay, so product categories are good. And I'm going to put the tag Quests of Doom in here because this product is associated with the Quest of Doom, but it is not in the actual Quest of Doom book. Well, excuse me, it's being sold outside of the Quest of Doom book as a standalone chapter. So I want to make sure that people know that it's part of the Quest of Doom. So if someone comes in, they click on the tag Quest of Doom, they're going to see all that stuff. Now, Farrell, here's the section I think that you were asking about, the product image. So I'm going to click on Set Product Image. And this product is not in here. This is a one look at Temple. So when I go to Product Image, I actually want to go to Upload Files instead of Media Library. I'm going to go to Select My Files, and I'm going to navigate to the Dread Dragon Temple cover. I'm going to upload that. It uploads into my media library, and then I click on the blue button to set product image. Okay. And if your products, if your images are a bunch of different sizes, the system will automatically create thumbnails and stuff for them. So just make sure that you're not uploading image files that are like 10 megabytes and stuff. If they're more like, 1 meg or 2 megs or something like that, that's much better. Smaller is going to be better, but the system will create thumbnails for all of them. So now I've got my image right there, and I go over to now the product data to take a look at the data and make sure that everything's correct here. Well, the SKU, this one's a kind of a funny SKU, so I'm going to use the Dread Dragon Temple as my SKU. And I'm going to call it for 5E PDF. And your SKU doesn't have to say this kind of stuff at the end. I'm just using that because there may be other formats, other game systems that this is available in, and I want to make sure that if I'm looking at a report that's only showing SKUs, that I see it and I can tell what it says. So there we go. We've got the SKU. We leave the product URL alone. We leave the button text alone. I'm going to have this regular price, $4.99, and I'm going to leave off a sale price. I can come back in at any time and modify this if I want to. I'm going to go to downloadable files, and I'm going to go to choose file over here on the right-hand side. And this, again, is not in the system yet. So it's going to show me my media library first, but then I'm going to go to upload files, and I'm going to select a file from here. And this was the Dragon Temple. So, and it is Dragon Temple. I'm going to go ahead and select that and let that upload. And now that it's uploaded and I have it selected, I'm going to go ahead and insert file. If for any reason one product has multiple files associated with it, you can add additional files. So let's say that I have a PDF, but you also should be getting a JPEG of the map for that PDF. I can either zip all that together and make a zip file and have just one file on the product, or I can separate out those files and say you've got the map, but you can also purchase the map, let's say, individually. So I wouldn't want to zip it. So there's a lot of different ways that you want to do this. So let's say for this example, we've got the Dread Dragon Temple PDF, and then we've got a JPEG of the map, and then we've got another PDF that includes all of the pre-generated characters for this adventure, if there were pre-generated characters. So in that case, you would want all these multiple files to be associated with this one product. In this case, we don't actually have that, so I'm going to go ahead and delete these additional ones to where it's just one file. But it does have the system does have the capability of doing multiple files attached to a single product. Farrell asks, will you be doing Kickstarter support? Farrell, do you mean, are we doing fulfillment on Kickstarters, or as in fulfillment of PDFs and or physical products? Because I believe that the answer is yes on that. We'll have to confirm with Bill, but I believe the answer is yes. So back onto the product data, we have the download limit sent to unlimited, expiry, never, download type, standard product, and the commission is at 85%. If you try to change this, you can't. This is going to be something that only the administrators of the entire site can change. So keep that in mind. Okay. And from there, we can go ahead and update. And when we update, we should be able to see this product now. If we go to View Product, and like I said before, this is a brand new product with brand new graphics and everything in there. So here's our description and all that. Here's the Add to Cart button, and here's all the different categories that it exists in. Here's the tag, and here's the long description, and then the related products. So, other aspects of the site that you're going to wonder, what does this do? What does that do? Feel free to just click on stuff and figure out what it does. But the product filtering is pretty granular. It can get down to very fine detail. So if we go to the products page, and we just, this is how it's going to appear. There's 602 products in the entire site right now. But let's say all we wanted to see was the accessories and dice. If we click on this, it's going to show us only the accessories and dice, which is pretty handy. And the customers will be able to then sort by popularity, average rating, newness, So the date in which it was posted. Pricing, low to high, high to low. So you've got a lot of the functionality that we're accustomed to seeing all over the internet wherever we do our shopping. So, and then let's say that they unselect the dice and accessories. It's going to go right back to what they saw before, where it's displaying now 602 items. You'll also be able to search for products. You'll be able to fly out each one of these different categories. So these are the categories that we were specifying earlier. Vendors, this is linked to your specific vendor account. So if we go into Necromancer Games, in the ends, so if we click on Necromancer Games, we're going to see 74 products that Necromancer Games has out. And as you can see, I have not updated these yet. We're doing these as quickly as possible. When the customer scrolls down, it's going to populate the area with more and more. It's an AJAX function. So you can search just by particular publishers or vendors, rather. You can search by categories. So under role-playing games, if we look under and we look at rule books, we're going to see these two are the rule books that we have in here. And that can be even more granular as well if we look at game system. So if we want to look for rule books and anything available that is for Dungeons and Dragons, then we're going to see all of this. And they're not mutually exclusive. So the rule books we may need to add additional categories underneath there, which you guys are more than welcome to send to me. So if you feel like rule books needs additional categories, we can do that. So the user at this point in time, let's say that I've selected rule books. I'm seeing everything that's in rule books, and I'm also interested in GM and player resources. So now it's showing me all these products are included in GM player resources and rule books. They're not mutually exclusive. I can only get more and more granular. So let's say that I don't want to see the monster books or the NPC books. I only want to see the map collections. So now it's showing me rule books and GM player resources map collections. So it's really going to be up to, and Farrell says, rulebooks, systems, and rulebooks settings. Okay, something we're going to have to see about that. So rulebooks, and then break it out by the game system potentially, and rulebooks, and break it out by the setting. So however it's going to be most useful for you guys and gals and the customers at large. So this is what we came up with already, but of course we're going to be adding to it. It's fairly simple to add additional categories. So that's a look at how the product filter works. We have a couple of pages that are going to show just featured products, for example. And here's the featured page. We are going to work out some system of featured products. And right now I just have 5th edition foes selected. On the administration, it's all done through the administration side. So we're going to figure out how we do that. If there's a rate of rotation, or we take one title from each vendor every month, or something like that. And Farrell says rulebooks that are just systems, Pathfinder, D&D, rulebook settings, Dark Heresy, etc. Okay. So Farrell, definitely let's connect after the Hangout, and we'll make sure that those things are added. So here's the featured page, and we've just got the one right now. There's no limit to how many we can put on there. Like I said, it's done through the administration. Here's the top rated, and right now this is going to populate with everything because there are no ratings on anything yet. So as we start getting your customers in here to rate products, then we will see this populate with the top rated products instead of just everything. There's also products that are on sale. So this is probably going to be one of the places that a lot of people come to. So any product that is on sale and that is configured through the product page, like I was showing you earlier, it will show up here. So we can see here the Quest of Doom 1 Volume 1 is normally about 20 bucks. We have it on sale for about 17. Now here's another aspect of this site that's going to be a little bit different and a little bit new for you guys. If you click Add to Cart, it's actually going to add it right there at the bottom of my screen. So that's something new and tricky. It's going, instead of having something that takes up space somewhere on like the top menu or anything, we opted for this sort of interface, and they're going to be able to add and subtract things to their cart on the fly, and they will all appear down here at the bottom of the screen, and then they'll be able to, the customer will be able to see their total. Right now I have one item and its total of $16.99. Let's say that I go into featured products and I add the 5th edition Foes. Now there'll be 2 products in here, and I've got a total of $36.98, and then I can hit checkout, and it'll go to checkout like anyone would expect to. You can also access your cart if you want more details right here on the top menu next to your account button, and you can change your quantity. You can do all kinds of stuff. You can remove them. You can also remove them through this little interface with the X at the top right-hand corner of the little thumbnail of each image. Steven asked, did you cover vendor logo? Sorry, I came in late. So the vendor logos are currently not configured through your account. They will be configurable during your registration, and but we went ahead and just put all your stuff into the system from our records from the previous site. So the plan is to take all those vendor logos and for us to add those in. We can do that through the back end. So Stephen, don't worry about it. If you do, yeah, so Stephen says, yeah, I've uploaded a vendor logo, but haven't seen it used in any of the product pages. So what we'll be doing is uploading that on our end, or excuse me, configuring that on our end, and you guys should be fine. We are going to try to give you guys access to your vendor configurations, just to make sure that if there's some change, like let's say your PayPal email address changed or some aspect changed that we needed to have access to it, you would. So we'll keep you guys informed about that and when we can get that enabled for you guys. So let's go ahead and go back to our dashboard and have a look at some more products. I'm going to set up a couple more products so you guys get the hang of it. Here is the next product from one of the Quests of Doom. I'm going to go ahead and edit it. Now let me show you guys on the quick edit. Feel free to mess around with this system as much as you want. There's really not much you can break. But let's just say I wanted to quick edit something. And this is really handy if I wanted to change a price, for example. I wanted to change a SKU. I wanted to add a sale price. I wanted to unpublish something, like turn it into a draft, for example. I wanted to change the category. Like let's say that I realized it's, I had selected 5th edition when in fact it was a 2nd edition product, just my mistake. Quick editing is a very easy way of doing that. And you just need to make sure that whatever change you make, you click on update after you're done. And all the changes should be reflected there. So any one of these fields should be editable for you guys. So, but I'm going to go and cancel because I want to actually add with Quick Edit, you can't add the product images, you can't add the product files and stuff. So I want to make sure that that we go to edit in order to do that. And then Farrell's helping Stephen out. It says, at Stephen, if you click on view product and then click on your name after sold by, the logo appears there. I didn't configure all that many logos. Farrell, are those logos actually showing up right now? Because that'd be great if they were. So here we go. The module is here, and let's see here. And I'm going to take this as the short description. And I'm going to add the PDF format, 5th edition. 5th edition rules, let's just say. I'm going to add the product categories. I want to make sure it's eligible for promotion, customer appreciation, daily deals, weekend sale. Let's say this one I didn't want available for daily deals because I didn't want it to be up to 50% off. And those numbers are determined by us as administrators when we're sending out a site-wide marketing campaign. So let's say we send out a site-wide thing that says daily deal for today is the Quest of Doom Volume 1, and it is 40% off. The different promotions that you're opting into, we state it right there, up to 50% off for the daily deals. It'll never go over 50% off unless for some reason you have it on sale already and then it goes 50% off on that sale. So be aware of that. We want to make sure that you guys are happy with the sort of marketing that we're doing for your products. So that's why we're having you opt into it. There will be some things that will not be will be sort of ambiguous, and we need to make sure that you're fully aware that, hey, you have the product on sale and it's already discounted to be $2 off because you did that, but we're also going to be putting it on for another 40% off for the daily deal. Just want to make sure that you guys opt into it and you understand that that's part of those promotions. So I'm going to opt into all those deals. I'm going to give it the genre of fantasy. I'm going to give it role-playing games, adventures. I'm going to select game system Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. And then I'm going to give it the tag of Quests of Doom. And I'm going to go in here and give the product image. And again, this is a new product, so I'm going to upload the file. If I go into my thumbnails, I'm going to select that, upload, and then the blue button on the bottom right-hand corner, set product image. We should see it load right here. Yes, there it is, product image. We're going to change the SKU, and I'm just making sure I'm going to spell this correctly. Oops. And SKUs I usually separate with underscores. PDF. Okay, I've made sure it was a simple product, it was virtual and downloadable. If for some reason you have more complicated products, definitely get a hold of me and I will make myself available to walk you through the process. Some of those more complicated products will be things like the physical products that will be housed at the tabletop warehouse. So we need to make sure that those are configured properly. And I have no problem jumping on Hangout with you, screen share, phone, email, whatever you need to get everything configured correctly. So there we go. We got the SKU. We're going to leave the product URL alone, the button text alone. In this case, I'm going to just set it regular price, no sale price. I'm going to add the file and choose file. Again, I'm going to upload this one and go back to my files. There it is. Open, uploading. And depending on your internet connection, it shouldn't take too terribly long to do these uploads. Then I have it selected. That's that checkbox right there that we see. If I hover over the checkbox, it has a minus, so I can actually deselect it by clicking on it again. In this case, I'm going to click on it. I get the blue checkbox, and I'm going to go down to the bottom right-hand corner with the blue button, Insert File URL. And that's done. Go back, Update button. That's the blue Update button. Click on that. And now that has been updated, and I can view product. And I view the product, and there it is. I have the short description here, the Add to Cart button there, all of the information about the product, what categories it is in, the tags, the description, related products. So there you go. Whew. I'm going to go back to my account, and we're going to do one more. So I'll go to my vendor dashboard. If for some reason you want to upload a lot of files to your media library all at one time, so you don't have to do it over and over and over again, you can, of course, go into your media library. You can see everything that's in there. And if you want to add new files, you simply come up here to the upper left-hand corner and the Add New button. You can drag and drop files into this checkered space, or you can hit Select Files. This, I'm going to add a Bad Moon Rising PDF, as well as the Dead from Above. So now it's actually uploading both files at the same time. This is extremely handy if you have a lot of files that you want to get up. Let's say that they're graphic files and PDFs. Now that I've got those up, I can navigate to the folder I have the thumbnails in, and I can find these covers. Okay, now I've got the covers. So these four files here, when you click on them, they're going to open up and show you a full-size version as well as all the information about that file. And I go into my products, they will show up in my media library so that I can add them there. So now let me find Bad Moon Rising. Here it is, Bad Moon Rising. I'm going to edit. And I'm going to go to product image just to show you guys it's there. So I can add Bad Moon Rising. Set that. So I didn't have to upload it that time because I just uploaded it on the screen before this one. And I want to add a file. And go into here. I can see it right there, Bad Moon Rising. So that's just one other method that you can do to save time. Upload all your media all at one go. And depending on the size of some of your PDFs, it might take a long time. Then you come back to it when it's all done, and then you configure your products. Now that that is updated, I can view it. And there we go. If you guys have any questions, feel free to post them in the chat window and I can address them right now. You can also feel free to message me directly or post questions on the Tabletop Library group page. And one of the ways that, that this is extremely useful, I'm going to send a link to you guys right now. One of the reasons it's extremely useful to use the Tabletop Library group page on Facebook is because then a lot of people can ask questions or get answers really, really quickly. So let's say that someone's already asked a question that is similar to the one you were about to ask, and then I've already addressed it. So it's a great way to collaborate on these things. And like I said, I'll be available via Facebook Messenger, via email, via phone if you need it, via Google Hangout with screen share if you need it. And it'll be during normal business hours, probably a little bit beyond normal business hours for this first week or so. But after that, normal business hours, 8 in the morning to 5 at night or so. So that way you guys will have the support you need to get all of your products configured correctly so we can start selling some. We're really excited about this new site. It's been a big undertaking bringing over all of the data from the previous site, but it's shaping up to be a really nice interface and has got all of the various features that we were looking for, and we hope that you guys also like what you see. Pharaoh Games says if we add new products but only add the image, not the file, could this be used as a soon, as long as the product was clearly marked as that, or would that screw things up? I don't think it would screw anything up. I think that you maybe let's experiment while we're on this topic. Let's take a look at some of my products and see if I can leave out a price. And if I leave out a price, will it prevent it from being purchasable? The other way of doing it is to leave it out of stock. So let's go back to this one, for example, and let's do a quick edit, and we'll leave the price blank. Will that give us an error? Yeah, price is blank, but that might mean that it wants to sell it for free. So let's take a look at the actual page and see if it's considering it a free product. Yeah, so that actually removed the add to cart button from it. So that's interesting. Let me check one other place. So that's a way that you guys can make sure that, let's say, coming soon products aren't added, but let's take a look at this. Yeah, okay, that's a way you can do it. So you can simply leave the price blank and it will automatically remove the add to cart button. And if someone were to select the add to cart button from this interface, the grid interface, it actually just takes them right to the product page instead of instead of adding to your cart. Game is basically this could act as a coming soon. It very well could. Adding a pre-order option would be cool. So let's look into that. We've looked into different options about like enter your email address and you'll receive a notification when this is in stock, that kind of thing. So there's a few different ways of handling it. And let's touch on the in-stock topic. If we go back to my account and we jump back into the dashboard and look at that product again, voice is starting to go hoarse from so much talking. Let's see here. If we edit the product, and instead of changing the price to 0, let's leave the price at where it was, $4.99. And instead, this time, we go to inventory. and we say enable stock management at the product level. And we say quantity is 0. And we say allow back orders. You could say do not allow. You could say allow but notify customer, essentially that it is a back order, or you can simply allow. We can also set this to in stock or out of stock. I believe that there is a plugin that we could enable that would allow us to, anytime something is out of stock, it would automatically enable a user to enter their email address and they would be notified when it is then back in stock. So that could be very handy for any of you guys with a coming soon product. So now that I've changed that to 0 in quantity and out of stock and do not allow for back orders, back view the product and let's see what it says. It probably says add to cart, but then will not allow us to, oh, it just simply says out of stock. So anytime that a product is out of stock, it will show this instead of the add to cart button. Anytime that a product has 0 price, or excuse me, no price, then it will not show the add to cart button. Let's see what the system does when we give it a price of 0, because there are going to be some products that I imagine will need to be free. So let's go ahead and take a look at what it says if we do have it in stock. But the price is set to exactly 0. Okay. All right, there you go. So if you want to sell a free product, simply set the price to 0. If you want a product to be visible but not able to be added to your cart, set the price with nothing there, nothing in the space. If you want the product to show up as out of stock, simply change your stock preferences and select out of stock. And we'll let you guys know about the notify me when this product becomes available again, because that would be a neat feature, and I like the idea of that. Any tool that we can put in here to help you guys sell your products, more products, and do better with our marketing efforts, we're going to do, just so you know. Oh, well, it's 3 o'clock here, so we've been on for about an hour. I'm going to give you guys about 2 more minutes. If you have any questions, please post them in the chat window over here on the right. If you don't give me any questions, I'm going to assume that I answered all your questions, and I can go ahead and take a little break. Let me turn off my screen sharing. There we go. Okay, Stephen, he asks, will you add a pay what you want option? It's a very popular option. I will look into that and see if there is some sort of plugin for WordPress for a pay what you want option. It sounds very interesting. I have seen that more and more. I'm taking my notes over here. And thanks, Stephen, for the question. If any of you other guys and gals have any questions, feel free to post them in the right-hand side of the screen. Was that this side? No, it's this side. Yeah, there we go. Screen left, stage right, whatever it is. Okay. bear with me, I'm just making a few notes here. And okay. Well, I hope this was very informative for you guys, and I've answered as many questions as possible. We will be having another Google Hangout at 5 o'clock, so in 2 hours. I'll be running through essentially the same stuff. If you have any friends who are also vendors who would like this sort of information, you can either send them a link to this video, which it's being recorded right now, or they can join on the live Steve, a non-genre specific or game specific category would be nice too. Stephen, could you give me an example of what you mean by that? So non-genre specific, because essentially if there is not a specific genre, simply don't select it. That's why I say check all that apply, basically. And Pharaoh Game says this was great, thanks, and so does Lucas. You're very welcome. We want to make sure that you guys have all of the knowledge and training and tools at your disposal to make a lot of sales and continue writing excellent content. So our number one priority is to support the gaming community, and this is one of the reasons we went to this platform. We felt it's going to be a superior platform to what we had before, and we wanted to make sure the transition was as easy as possible. And Stephen, so okay, thanks. I suppose I answered your question. Simply check all that apply. If it doesn't apply, then all right. Well, thanks very much for joining me. And if you want to be back in 2 hours for the other one, feel free. I'm going to be trying to run through it the same way that I did this one, but I appreciate you guys showing up and hanging out with me. So have a good rest of your day if I don't see you later. Bye.